Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I promise you. Oh, I promise you. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Record-ology. I've been looking forward to this all day. And that's saying something because I had a fantastic day. And I'm just very thankful. I'm not going to go into all that again, but I've got a lot to be thankful for. The least of which, and I do mean the least of which, but still very thankful, is the fact that I am sitting next to a pile of brand new, unopened vinyl records from Target, and we are going to open them together. I would suggest you stay tuned. Old Radios, welcome in. Welcome in. Old Radios works at Target. All right. Do you get a good deal on the Target exclusives? Good evening to everybody jumping in. I know it's late, 9:30 here on the East Coast in beautiful Orlando, Florida. This hair is driving me crazy again. Geez, couldn't you at least comb your hair before you went live? So I had a great day. We had a great day. And if you haven't, I know you are watching the Vlogmas shows, of course, and I would encourage you to do that because some really cool things have been happening. And there has been this elf, I believe their name is Elfie, which shows up from time to time and just has been, doing these amazing things. Case in point, a turntable was gifted recently to a viewer. And I've heard that such things tend to happen in the most unlikeliest of places. Now, I'm always mentioning the fact that the live shows tend to bring the most inner circle people together, not fans, because we're friends, but the innermost friends join the inner circle by joining these lives. What I'm saying is most people that are just like transactional viewers that come here for the record player content may not jump into a live, which is unfortunate for them. It's very unfortunate for them. But good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. MJ Fan 1958. I like that. I'm assuming that's from the Bad album, looking at the thumbnail from here. Yes. You have yet to buy a record from your store, says Old Radios. But you got a cool camera coming. That's awesome. So yeah, we're going to do is I've got a stack of brand spanking new, fresh vinyl records that are Target exclusives. And we are going to open them. And there's something unique about these. They're all exclusives. They may be records that are available elsewhere, but on top of that, they're an exclusive pressing, a color, whatever. Unlike other channels out there, I love all colors of vinyl records. I think why not? The whole point is we're trying to get away from streaming where you tap and it's just an impersonal thing. There's no tactile involvement. There's no reading. There's no collecting. Some people may say that's the benefit of streaming. You know what I mean? There's no obtaining anything. There's no hunt. There's no discipline required in order to obtain your music, and you don't have ownership. So to take that to the other, and you're distracted while you're listening. You got the little ear pod in, and you're working, and you're listening. I know none of you guys work with the ear pod in, right? But when you're off duty and you're listening, you're doing something else inevitably when you're streaming, right? Nobody sits there maybe you do. I mean, some people probably do, but I think that there are a lot less people that sit on their couch and listen to streaming and just drop what they're doing and focus on the music than people that put a vinyl record on and do the same thing. So taking it to that opposite end of the spectrum of streaming, we're reading liner notes. Artwork is playing into it, having a larger than life, album cover, and obviously the collectability. But why not have the record be a cool color? Why not, right? Can you please do a video on how to record cassette tape from a Victrola 8-in-1 record player? I don't have an 8-in-1 Victrola anymore. I've got a 6-in-1, the mid-century one. How to record onto a cassette tape. I know you can't record with the unit. That tape player is a player only. So you have to take the line output into a cassette deck or something of that nature. Being delivery driver, stream on Apple all the time. I do too. When I'm in the car, it's got the streaming playing, got the Google powered devices throughout the house. And in addition to some very basic automation, they are playing streaming as well. So I'm a huge proponent of streaming. By the way, I just saw the new Christmas movie. We did a show. I'm sure you watched it, the top 10 Christmas movies the other day. And I would probably add to the list of new favorite is this new Red One movie. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's sort of like the secret agent Santa Claus movie. It's kind of like the Santa Claus movie from 94 with Tim Allen, 93, something like that, which is in my top 5, but adds sort of like this James Bond layer to it. It's really surprisingly cool. And the guy that plays Santa Claus, I think it's J something Simmons is his name, but he so familiar looking. I'm like, who is this guy? I know this guy. And sure enough, he's the farmer's insurance guy that is walking around with a clipboard, and he's like, see that? That's the, blah, blah, blah of 1923, and we covered it. That guy plays Santa Claus. He's a really good Santa Claus, but Santa's like ripped. He's like buff. He like bench presses and stuff. But it's a really good movie. And it was produced by Amazon MGM. What's really interesting, this is my whole point in saying that, is that the soundtrack exists only in streaming. You can't buy, because I looked, you can't buy a CD, you can't buy a vinyl record, which is a bummer. So, MJ fan, what's my favorite record that I have? I have so many of them. One of my favorites, I always show this one, is my Patsy Cline 1957 original self-titled debut album, J.K. Simmons. Thank you very much. So, yeah, really, really fun. All right, time to get into the records. This is going to be fun. Trust me, it's going to be fun. You're going to like this more than you think you are. So, yeah, I just picked up some records. I thought it would be a blast to do so. So, let's start with this one. Now, I've expressed my interest in the genre in this record before, and people are always like, wait, he listens to Patsy Cline. He doesn't like that stuff. Well, I graduated high school in the 90s. And in the early 90s, there was a certain musical genre that was popular called grunge. And I have sort of this nostalgic, retroactive nostalgia for grunge, and it surprises people. But yeah, I do actually have one of the streaming playlists on Apple. I don't own a lot of that music in physical media. I've got the Weezer Blue album on CD. I just picked it up for a couple of bucks. However, I've known that there's been an exclusive Weezer Blue album, Target exclusive, on blue and white marbled vinyl, and I had to pick this up. This is a great album. I don't know about you, but music takes me to a time and a place. Do I like Jethro Tull? So I know I'm not an expert by any means in the Jethro Tull library, but I believe that I do know of some of those songs, and yeah, I would say I'm a fan. It's all right, because I may, that's one of the few times when you'll be like, wow, he's doing stuff that's younger than me, because I also primarily listen to music much more, of a previous generation than other people. What's your next 78 RPM video coming out? Interested in 70s? I don't see, but I've got a bunch planned. There's the Target exclusive limited edition sticker. The shrink wrap that's going right in the trash. Take your shrink wrap off, kids. Don't leave it on your record. So yeah, the Blue album, the debut album from Weezer. Grunge was like early 90s, but even though I graduated high school a little bit later than that, it was still prevalent. But I have vivid memories of my friend and I driving in his dad's Chevy Blazer. It was like a red and black 1994, very specific Chevy Blazer, up to the mountains in Colorado and going skiing on these big ski trips, and just playing this kind of stuff. But yeah, this is great. I mean, this is there's a lot of good ones on here. I really like the Buddy Holly song. Obviously, it's famous. Undone, Say It Ain't So. There's just it's almost every song is good. Wow, the color balance is amazing. So let's check this out. So there is a poster. Should be doing this on camera. This is cool. Got a Marshall amp on that side. That's Sid Vicious up there. It's an interesting through line when it comes to a lot of people's jaws are on the floor right now. Like, he listens to this? From what was I gonna say? There's a through line from. Come on, you get your words out. It's been a long day. It's been a great day, trust me, but it's been a long one. This is probably the third or fourth video we've worked on today. There's a through line from. What is it? What am I trying to say? Gather my thoughts. What are we talking about? We're talking about grunge. There's a through line from grunge to punk. So that wouldn't surprise me if there was like a Sid Vicious thing in the back. So yeah, it's just a picture of the equipment, blank on the other side. Cool to see a poster. Again, you don't get this kind of stuff with streaming. Here is the record. It is in a paper sleeve, which I was just doing a show the other day on throwing those away. Don't keep them, except if they're poly-lined, they're fine. I keep my poly-lined ones. All right, here we go. Here's the big reveal. Let's take a look at this record. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of a bummer I'm doing this at night because the video quality isn't as good as with all the daylight, but that's beautiful. Blue and white marble, just like it said. That is really, really cool. It feels like 180 gram pressing. Did it say 180 gram pressing anywhere on there? This is a 20. What year is this? 2016 release. The exclusive version may be a later release. But yeah, check that out. Isn't that pretty? All right. Hopefully it's not warped or anything. So yeah, I mean, this is super nostalgic. Dang it, I just tossed that poster right off the back of the desk. I'm gonna put this back in the poly sleeve. I will, any of these that need proper inner or outer sleeves, I will take care of that. All of them are getting outer sleeves. So yeah, I'm excited for this. And my wife was like, you know, rather than me try to figure out what record you would like to have, you could do just kind of go and get them ahead of time. It's kind of like an early Christmas present. And I got to pick out the one. So it's a very special, strange feeling. I never held this many new records at once before. But yeah, that's cool stuff. So there are other stuff. So people say, well, what else do you like? So let me pull up some of the other artists that I like, similar genre to Weezer. You know, the other Weezer albums, I know they've been very prolific, but okay, let's not play videos. They've been very prolific, and they've done a lot of albums that are color themed, like Teal and the Black Album and the White Album. But this is it for me. This is, I wouldn't buy any of the other ones. I do like the album that they did where it was like covers of famous songs, but other kind of grunge music that I do like. I do like Nirvana. Live. Listen to a little bit of No Doubt, a little bit of Cake, a little bit of Oasis. Now this is kind of like alt music, is like alternative rock. It's not all necessarily grunge, but Cranberries, some Green Day, some Bush, some Offspring, some Rage Against the Machine, and stuff like that. I'm not huge into that stuff. I'm not into the cultural stuff. I'm not into the political side of it. None of that whatsoever. But the music is nostalgic because even though me being a nerd wasn't, really listening to it that much, it was always in the background. It was always on in friends' cars. It was always on in stores. It was always just there. It was I was in pop. I wasn't a part of pop culture very much because I'm listening to like CCR. I'm listening to That's Entertainment. I'm listening to big band music when everybody else is listening to this stuff. But it was in the background. So I still have like this retroactive nostalgia. And now it's like, it's weird. It's like a renaissance of music. So let me flip through here on comments before we go on to the next record. I live in Seattle, and the term grunge is like nails on a chalkboard, like the bands, but they all sound completely different. And, maybe it's kind of one of those terms that's nebulous. It's probably not even a real genre per se, but if I say it, most people understand what I'm talking about. Target Sublime, about the ultrasonic cleaner for my dad. Oh, nice, cool. Prefer older records. That's an interesting thing because, yeah, all of these records are going to be digital masters for the most part, but they're DSD files, they're direct stream digital. and they're so high resolution that to me, and I know this is all a personal subjective thing, I think of it as so high resolution that it doesn't impede on the analog signal. And I could be wrong. That's my opinion. So I don't get caught up on the digital thing. I do prefer as analog as possible, though. Obviously, I love streaming. I love digital stuff. I love CDs, but when it comes to records, I love analog audio as well. Remember when this grunge stuff was coming out? Grew up in the '80s, metal scene, everything. Yeah, I remember that stuff too. Absolutely, I love Rivers Cuomo. He's kind of a nerd. Yeah, he's an interesting leader of a band, isn't he? He's a quirky guy. When hair bands were popular, I was in diapers, so I missed most of that. Did you get the blue Meet the Beatles target? I did not. I did not. When it comes to Beatles albums, I collect the UK releases. I collected. I feel like I'm kind of over that arc of collecting now. I've got all the ones I want. I have either on CD or on vinyl all of their official UK album releases. Not to say that if there was something cool that I wouldn't necessarily get it, but no, I didn't pick that up. I'm 33 and love nothing but music made before 99. Somebody with the laughing emojis. No, it's cool. I listen, and I listen to really old music and stuff too. I love it. And that's why I missed all this stuff, not all this stuff, that record and others in that genre the first time around. A lot of people don't care about the color records. I love it. Nirvana Unplugged. I remember that. I remember that a lot. Still see that videos of that come up from time to time. All right, next record. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, check this out. This is another Target exclusive. This is one of the compilations, and we've shown these before, similar types. So this is number ones, Christmas number ones, and this sort of transcends genres. And this is an exclusive on opaque white, so solid white, Target exclusive. We've got, just reading off some of the artists here, we've got Elton John, Vince Gill, Nat King Cole, Brenda Lee, the Chipmunks. Oh, I think I have the Chipmunks Christmas, but I think I have it filed into the kids stuff. Bobby Helms, Jackson 5, Bing Crosby, and others, Temptations, and Louis Armstrong, the Commanders. So this is like a cross genre Christmas greatest hits album, number ones, sealed. As you can see, obviously these are all new. I'm going to set this aside for a bit. I'm going to set that one aside. We'll come back to that. Next up, check this out. Now, you may be saying, you already have that record. What are you doing? Nightmare Before Christmas. I missed so much. I missed so many things. But one thing that I missed was the whole Nightmare Before Christmas thing. And this year, before Halloween, I'm like, that's it. I'm watching this movie. So it's on Disney Plus, and I watched it. I always thought it would be something that it wasn't, and sure enough, I was wrong. It was just a delightful family-friendly movie. The animation's amazing, but the music just floored me. I was very well aware of Danny Elfman before, so I picked up. Actually, I received as a gift the soundtrack, but this is a different copy. This is exclusive translucent yellow and purple vinyl. They also have an exclusive Zoetrope edition, and I was thinking about picking that one up instead, but I picked this one up. So the other one I've got is just a black vinyl, and which is great. Sounds fantastic. It's a little warped, but it sounds really, really good. I love it. This is translucent, so clear yellow and clear purple vinyl. And so that one I'm also going to stay sealed. I'm going to open this one though. Let's see. Paul McCartney with Wings. Live and Let Die is like is such an incredible song. Incredible song. That's my ultimate Paul McCartney solo song, in my opinion. Obviously there's more good ones, but that's the one. Oh, I bet working at a record shop, you learn so much. That's really cool. I buy my albums in double to have peace of mind. Man, I wish I could afford to do That's awesome. Yeah, these are all Target exclusives. All of these are Target exclusives. This is the next one, the Ultimate Christmas. Now, a few years ago, there was a Ultimate Sinatra, which has been the last really comprehensive, and there was different versions with different amounts of music in it collection. And then they came out with this Christmas version that had all the Sinatra Christmas songs. Sinatra is one of those timeless voices of Christmas, right up there with Bing Crosby, Andy Williams, all those guys. There's so many of them, so many incredible voice. Ella Fitzgerald. And I am very into, now you can see what kind of, this is my zone. This is my turf, home turf compared to Weezer and the grunge stuff. I'm very into this group of people. So the Ella Fitzgerald, the Sinatras, the Bing Crosbys, all of that stuff, the Bob Hope, the whole thing, the Rat Pack, Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin. This is my wheelhouse. Basically artifacts from the big band era. This is a 2-disc set. This is a 2-disc set. You'll love those J-I-N-G-L. Yeah, it's such a great song. Absolutely, absolutely. Sorry for the mid-rolls, guys. Sorry for the mid-rolls. Oh, that's really cool about your dad's record player. So yeah, this is Target exclusive edition. So these records are available elsewhere, but these versions of them are the Target exclusive. Usually they're exclusive pressings. So this one is 2 green transparent records. Let's go ahead and remove the shrink wrap. Oh my goodness. This is just a fun experience. This is not something that I get to do very often, so I'm really enjoying it. Opening records, let's share the experience. And that's why we're doing the live here. So yeah, the back, we've got sort of the gold foil labeling, the front matte finish, timeless photo of the chairman of the board. Gatefold, dude, check that out. Oh man, there is a picture of Sinatra, probably in his Palm Springs house. Look at that tree. Look at that tree. That is amazing. And then we've got a track listing up here. And let's see, some notes here, anything interesting. Yeah, I'll be pouring over this in great detail. Let's take a look at these translucent green discs. Removing from the jacket. Here's the big reveal. Oh, look. That is a pretty record, and to the naked eye, even more beautiful than it's coming across on camera. Just a pure there's a couple darker spots mixed in, but a nearly pure translucent green, just a perfect green too. And here's the label. I love the picture labels. They're becoming more prevalent with modern releases. This is also 180 gram pressing. The edge is trimmed nicely. It's the details, right? Some records come out with, rough edges and things. This just looks spectacular. So this is probably UME at this point as well. Obviously, original. These are primarily Capitol recordings. And it's a 2-disc set. So both discs are going to be the translucent green. And obviously the gatefold holds both records. Is this a straight paper sleeve? Yeah. No, that's polyline. So we'll keep the sleeves. I like how they trim the corners so they don't bunch up in the jacket. As I proceed to jam this thing in there. So yeah, this is great Christmas music. This is so good. I will and I do listen to this stuff outside of Christmas. So that's awesome. I'm very grateful to have that. Yeah, like a green emerald, exactly. Oh, Music Junkie. I saw the Brenda Lee one, but I'm not a huge Brenda Lee fan. Should I pick it up? I'll have to wander over into the Target lunch break. Yeah. Oh, that Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack is so good. It's so good. It's on 2 discs. And they've got a Zoetrope one, which is cool. Now, the Zoetrope, I don't know if I get that as a primary copy, because I think the way they're doing the Zoetropes, and I haven't reviewed one yet, so I can't really speak from any place of expertise, but I think they're picture discs with the Zoetrope pattern underneath. So the grooves might not be quite as deep. Now, I play my picture discs. I think picture discs are fine, but they have a bit more surface noise, even the new ones, which are better than the vintage ones. But I love all of them. I think it's really, really fun. I'm really good, Clay. Welcome in, my friend. Glad you're here. Welcome to everybody. If I haven't said it already yet, welcome in. It's not officially Christmas to me until I hear Nat King Cole doing the Christmas song. Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Written by Mel Torme. And I've got some Christmas Nat King Cole. It's a timeless voice. All right, so we just unwrapped the Sinatra Ultimate Christmas. Wait a minute. What the heck? I thought we just opened this. How can this be? What? Made in the Netherlands. It's a Netherlands pressing. What is going on here? I thought I just unwrapped this. What am I going to do with that? I don't know. I'll have to hold on to that for a minute. Next up. Now, I contemplated about this one. A Staples commercial ruined. Don't you hate it when something ruins a song for you? And you were just in the Netherlands, Steve. Wow, that's crazy. GZ Media. I'll have to look into that. That's really cool. Oh, man. So glad to have everybody in the house. We got a good group tonight. All right. So this one, every year I do a Bing Crosby White Christmas album show, a dedicated show to all of the formats I'm collecting of the famous White Christmas album. We're doing it again this year because I've picked up some incredible versions of that in the last year. So the collection grows. So I didn't know, and I've got other Bing Crosby Christmas stuff as well. I love Bing Crosby. Those of you that have been here over the last few months know that I've been on this Bing Crosby kick for the last 5 to 6 months. It's, my obsessive compulsive nature has me just deep diving into this right now. So no sign of stopping. So when I know this album has been out for a couple of years now, and it's a greatest hits, Bing Crosby greatest hits. It's a single disc. This is a Mexican pressing. It's the Ultimate Christmas. But I'm like, if you have like Merry Christmas, if you have a couple other things, do you really need it? And I'm sitting there in Target this morning. I was like, I should, because I love Bing Crosby so much. This is an exclusive Candy Apple Red, 14 classics. Obviously, this, even though Sinatra is like a timeless voice of Christmas, with so many others, Nat King Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, all these ones, somehow, some way, to me, and I think a lot of people, Bing Crosby just tops the list. Bingo bells. Like that. Bingo bells, bingo. Did you, I don't know if you saw our show, and I'm sure you did because you're watching all these. You don't want to miss out on any of the giveaways, right? So we did the show on the top Christmas movies. And I was referencing I thought it was a Muppet Christmas Carol when we were filming it, but it turns out I was actually thinking about a very, very merry Muppet Christmas. And there's this great scene where there's like this, this crooner character. It's like this stereotypical crooner, the grease back hair, the old microphone. And he's singing Jingle Bells. He's like, jingle bells, a jingle all the way. And he's like this arrogant, it's so funny. And then this character comes up to him and he's like, I got you this solid gold record player. Such a good scene. We put that in the video. And I've got that in. Every time I see Jingle Bells last couple of days, I just think, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. Dun, 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 dun. John Denver's Christmas, yes, absolutely. In fact, that was on my list the other day. So anyway, I picked this up, and it just can't go wrong. So we're gonna open it up together. How do you open your records? Do you put a fingernail into that little opening up there and just, or they actually make equipment to do this, little openers and things? You guys, we just got a message. Hold on a second. Stay tuned for this. But we just got a message here. Hey, Record-ology, this is Elfie. Remember I told you? I saw Steve was in your live, and Santa said to tell you he's been declared a top shelf elf. Steve, this is incredible. What else does it say? And in support of that declaration, he should be congratulated with a record. Steve, dude, you have been amazing, my friend. And you know what? You are getting this, except you're getting the one that's sealed. I meant to grab the other one. So we are giving you this Sinatra album. Steve, shoot me an email with your address. And yes, sir, that's you. Yes, Steve Canopa, you have won this vinyl record exclusive Sinatra, The Ultimate Christmas. We will get this packed up. So yeah, shoot me shoot me an email, recordology1938@gmail.com, and we will make sure that this heads your way. Hopefully it gets there before Christmas. Head to the post office tomorrow. So yeah, it's funny. You guys can slowly get what the show's about now, where we're going with this. You get it? Okay, cool. MJ fan, we're doing a giveaway here. We just gave this to Steve. Welcome in. Yes, we should have. You're awesome, and we appreciate you being there. This is Steve's record now. Okay, back to Bing Crosby for now. So this one's for me. So yeah, let's take a look. Ooh, cool. Got a picture sleeve. Bing Crosby's Ultimate Christmas. And on the back, a track listing. Here we go. You've heard of a cheese pull? This is a vinyl pull. Ooh, that's cool. It's like a candy. Oh, weird. On camera, it looks like candy apple red. That's what I was looking at. But then I look at my naked eye, it's like hot pink. It's like maybe during the sunlight, it'll look differently. It's kind of like a hot pink, like a very nuclear hot pink, but it's cool. It's really, really cool. Ultimate Christmas. This feels maybe 160 grams, maybe 180 grams. I feel like that's 160 grams. Good solid pressing though. You know, the UME pressings are good. They really, really are. So anyway, I love Bing Crosby music so much that would be a real treat. So it is not the White Christmas album, but yeah. Steve, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Orange tangerine. That's an interesting way to describe it. See Bing Crosby Christmas. 1980s versions of a CD from MCA. That's cool. And they've redone so many versions. If you want to know the history of the White Christmas song and album, we're going to really do it up this year. You guys are going to be blown away. Okay, next up again. Record-ology. I know you have that record. What on earth do I have planned for this? What on earth? Oh, it looks tangerine to you? Yeah. Second album of... I'll have to check that out. You guys give me so many music recommendations. So yeah, this is classic Charlie Brown Christmas, Target exclusive. This is metallic gold and green colored vinyl, plus a new poster from the television special. Was it 64? I want to say this is 64. This is, this is mandatory Christmas music. Vince Guaraldi Trio, so closely associated with the Peanuts gang, and just beautiful music. One side of this, if I remember right, has the vocals, and the other is not. So thank you, Steve. We'll get that. I'll shoot you back a confirmation with the tracking number. I'll probably get over to the PO box tomorrow, or the mailbox tomorrow. So yeah, this is absolute classic. My copy. Cat's out of the bag. Is a green. So this is gold and green. That'll be an interesting color. Plus an exclusive poster, keeping this sealed for the time being. What other goodies do we have in here? Okay. I think that does it for anything that I feel like I'm missing something here. One? Is there one more? No, that's it. Okay, I think we've gone through the list. So we've got the Weezer blue, and I'm excited to. I got to listen to it at least once right away, and I'll probably put it on the shelf. We've got this, which is still sealed for some strange reason. It's Target exclusive, opaque white, number one's Christmas music. So yeah, that's out there. We've got this incredible exclusive, Target exclusive, Nightmare Before Christmas on translucent yellow and purple vinyl. This is so cool. It's a gatefold 2-disc set. I just love it so much. I love it so. In fact, I've got my copy not handy. So there you go. We have talked about Sinatra. This one's mine. Steve is getting a copy because Steve is a legend. We talked about the Bing Crosby, which I'm super stoked to add to the collection. And in all seriousness, guys, just the idea, getting some new records is so exciting. I still love it. I still love it. And then we talked about this, the Charlie Brown Christmas. But you know what? Wow, we got some people in here. There's a lot of sealed records here. So this is mine. Oops. This is mine. Yeah, these are the ones I'm keeping. I'm keeping these from tonight's haul, except for the other copy of this is Steve's now. So that's accounted for. But these are not accounted for yet. But before we do that, I want to catch up in the chat because I feel like folks are chatting and I'm not a part of it yet, which is a bummer because I like hanging out with you guys. Dun, 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 dun. We love you guys. You're the best audience, and there's no other vinyl review, turntable review channel audience like it. So we want to do giveaways. Who else does giveaways? Nobody else on YouTube does giveaways like this. At least I don't think so. And the rumor is that in the most unlikeliest of places that turntables are also going to be imminently given away. And we've decided to not announce watch today's video to find out how to win. In fact, you'll notice nothing in this video said that Steve was going to get that record or possibly any of these others that are sealed. And you are not going to see that. Nobody's going to see it because, we genuinely want folks to enjoy the content and to be here and to just, chat and enjoy it. So the giveaways and things may be a bit more subdued in their announcements and things. So be on the lookout. Also, trust me on this, you're going to want to go over and subscribe to my wife's channel, which is Rain's Place. And I am going to put a link to that channel because it's kind of hard to find on YouTube sometime. So I am going to put a link here for you. And you'll be able to click on that. If you go to that link, you will find not only fun and awesome content, but the content that's going up daily right now might come in very, very handy for your use if you're interested in awesome content, giveaways. And also stay tuned because she works really hard and she's got some really, really cool stuff. I cannot wait. Just got done editing and posting what's going to be tomorrow's Vlogmas that we filmed today. And we had a fun time doing that. So, oh wait, you guys, we just got another message from Elfie. Let's see what Elfie has to say. Hey, Record-ology, this is Elfie again. I did not know I'd get an actual Santa's elf watching. Santa officially crowns Clay Ben Treese Jr. the master of merry melodies for keeping those records groovy and the North Pole jiving. And since he's so groovy, he should be congratulated with a record. So, Ben Treese Jr., you are the next winner. And you are getting Vince Guaraldi Trio's A Charlie Brown Christmas. Yes, that is true. Happy Vlogmas, Mr. Tim Allen. Welcome. So glad to have you here. We're giving away records. Oops. We're reviewing records. So yeah, this is going to Clay Ben Treese Jr. So glad to have you here and really, really appreciate you, my friend, for being there. Same thing. Shoot me an email, Record-ology1938 at gmail.com, Record-ology1938 at gmail.com, and you will receive this hopefully before Christmas. It will go out probably tomorrow. And just thank you so much. Really, just a huge thank you. So that one is out of circulation now. Any blue turquoise records in your collect? Well, not really turquoise, but this Weezer one I just opened is blue. One of the most beautiful blue records that I've got is the 1994 Three Tenors concert in Dodger Stadium. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue. Old Radio says, I want a calophone from the 50s someday. So if you go to my friend Fardemark's channel, Fardemark on YouTube, he has done a lot of videos on classroom record players, and he's got some of those calophones. There's one that's like a kind of an iconic one. Like it's an 1850, 1800, something. I don't know. But that one is really cool. I have one classroom record player. It's the Audiotronics from the 80s. I don't feel particularly inclined to pick up another. Maybe we will. I'll have to see. How about the 2024 Carpenters Christmas album? I was unaware of that. I love the Carpenters. I'll have to check that out. All right. So congratulations to our winners so far. And let's see. I want to see if there's any other comments that does anybody know if the very special Christmas for the holiday? That's a good question. I haven't seen them this year. Steve says, going from something like Theocracy's Christmas music, a Christian heavy metal band that I saw in the Netherlands, to Frank Sinatra. There you go. Hey, Steve, I don't know if you're into Christian metal, but do you remember a band? I think they're from Australia, and I think the lead guy passed away, but they were called Tourniquet. It was like thrash metal. It was really hard. And I sort of went through this. This is a really strange story, but I listened to a lot of music that you probably wouldn't think I would listen to just based on the channel and the things we talk about and whatnot. But I went through a metal phase, and I, have been a believer my whole life. And I was like, is there like hard Christian metal? And I found this band called Tourniquet, and it's like speed metal. It's so I went back, I found some of it on Apple Music, and I hadn't listened to it in 35, 40 years. And I went back and I'm listening, well, not 40, like 35 years. I went back to listen to some more of it, and I was like, holy cow, that's just weird. It was cool, though. It was just very strange, interesting stuff. All right. So let's see here. I think we need to probably look at, let's see. Any bootlegs or special albums you own? I do have a bootleg right over here. I've got a bootleg Glenn. How nerdy is that? A bootleg Glenn Miller album, but this is a Beatles bootleg. Let's see. This is a very interesting one. The actual pressing is not that exciting. I mean, I think it's a South Korean release, but yeah, pretty interesting. Obviously, the person that had this went to town with the marker. But yeah, this is the closest thing I have. Manufactured by Teado Records, Seoul, Korea. And so I wrote to the guy that has the Beatles channel, and we were talking about this, and he says, yeah, they're definitely unlicensed. They may be slightly different than a true bootleg, perhaps, but these are fairly prolific in terms of Beatles bootlegs. This is not as this is a pretty common one, I guess. But that was a fun one. It actually sounds really, really good, and it's kind of like this greatest hits thing. So yeah. All right, Clay. I'm so glad, my friend. So glad. I'll take a look at that tomorrow, and I'll try and shoot a tracking number back. All right, we've got 2 left. So I got to hear from Elfie sooner than later on these 2 records. So, dun, 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 dun. Parlophone, yeah. That Parlogram record, Parlogram Auctions, I think his name is. I told him about that because that's good. He knows. I mean, nobody knows more. Or I shouldn't say that. He knows a lot. I will say that. That's one thing I do know. Heard of Tourniquet. Yeah, this is some interesting stuff, Tourniquet. Oh, I'm sure I have Music Junkie. I show things multiple times. Jody, welcome in. So glad. I've got some Anaheim Steamroller too. That's some good stuff. All right, I think Elfie has just contacted us again. The next record says, I got another one for you, Record-ology. This is amazing to have an elf watching us. Santa grants the title of vinyl virtuoso extraordinaire to Tim Allen. Tim, I'm so glad you jumped on here. He says his record collection is so cool. It's giving the North Pole a run for its frostiness. Tim Allen, my friend. You know what, Tim? I'm going to give you this. I hope you don't have it already. This is the Walmart. That's a show for a different day. And by the way, I was thinking, in terms of Walmart versus Target exclusives, I feel like Target has an edge up on the cooler exclusives. But Tim Allen, you've won the collectible and exclusive translucent yellow and purple vinyl Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas double disc set. We'll ship this out to you. Shoot me your email. We've chatted before, so I probably have it, but shoot me your address and stuff, and would love to send this your way. Hopefully you don't have it. This is fantastic music. So good. It's absolutely so good. So Tim wins this record, and I appreciate you being there, Tim. You've supported our Vlogmas content by watching us for years, and really, really appreciate it. Flat, Round, and Spun says, that's a cool name, by the way, Target is greater than Walmart by a country mile. Jody says, have you any experience buying records on Whatnot? No, and I'm scared of Whatnot. The idea of live auctions, I don't know. Like, I've seen ads for it, and I know that, aren't they like live video auctions or something like that? It's a strange concept to me. I have never done it before. I've also never bought a record off of Discogs either. Yeah, the Target exclusives do seem cool. So, Tim, this is yours. Merry Christmas, my friend. That leaves one record. One solitary record that's going to be a giveaway. I'll just say it. And this is the Opaque White Target exclusive #1. It's a UME release. And it's I went through this list before, but I might as well mention it again. We've got Burl Ives. We've got Louis Armstrong. We've got Elton John, Vince Gill, Nat King Cole, Brenda Lee, Chipmunks, Bobby Helms, Jackson 5. Some incredible artists. Some of my favorite on there. This is just one of those single disc compilations. Is this new this year? What year is this? No, it's a couple years ago. So 2021, and this is on Opaque White. So as soon as we hear from Elfie, we will bestow that record to a friend of the channel. And whether or not you win a record, you guys are truly just incredible. And both my wife and I may or may not be helping out Elfie tonight. Just want you to know that we appreciate you for watching our videos, for supporting us, such kind comments, for being there, for being our friends for years now. It's a huge, huge blessing. On Discogs, Jody says you have a lot of people from South America selling good records. Kills the exchange rate. Oh, really? I didn't even think about that. That's really interesting. Walmart is the largest company in the world, 2.1 million employees. Isn't that amazing? And I've heard that before. Just massive. Chipmunks. Yeah, I do have. I think I've got that Chipmunk album. I think I do. This cup. Don't you hate it when the coaster sticks to the bottom of the cup? It's so humid here that anytime your water will always like pure as condensation. Oh, Jody, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. We got so many great people here, and some of our viewers have become friends and close. I mean, every viewer is a friend, as I always say. We are a group of friends here, and we're just hanging out as friends. And I learned so much from you guys, so much more than I impart. But some of those friendships have materialized into even more outside of the channel, which has been a huge blessing. I'm totally not expecting that. That was a big surprise to get to know some folks like Vardamark. He was a viewer and reached out, an incredibly brilliant person. And now we're able to collaborate. We just did that. I shouldn't say we. He just did that restoration of the 49 Philco. If you haven't seen that Philco video, it's a couple weeks, 3 weeks old now. But go back and watch that. We show the whole story arc. He filmed all of his work that he did restoring it. It's just fun. Oh, I appreciate it, Jody. Yeah. We definitely don't ever want to do clickbait, which is not fair. I mean, if we say we're going to do something, we deliver on it, and hopefully we do more than we say we're going to do. That's kind of our modus operandi. Absolutely. And we just want to give people a break. The whole point of this channel when we started it was a diversion for me because I was going through such a stressful time and I needed something to divert my energy. It was never thought of in terms of, what it ultimately has become in terms of this, large audience and being able to give things away and, travel and review things. And it never conceived of that possibility, but so very, very grateful. So very, very grateful. Also, I wanted to point out to something that you may or may not have wondered this, but tomorrow's video will take place during the day because we filmed it today during the day. Most Vlogmas shows are actually filmed in the evening because both my wife and I have day jobs. I would love to get to the point where this is a full-time gig. That would be an incredible blessing. So yeah, we are working on top of working. So it keeps us busy. But the good news is we have time isn't as much of a crunch as it is during the week when we have the weekend time. So you will get some daytime Christmas action tomorrow. I would really recommend you guys check out the video that we'll post here as well as on my wife's page at Rain's Place. Subscribe there too. Read that off. I want to catch up on comments. Old radios cataloged as 45s on disc. Yeah, and I've never been bitten by the cataloging bug. I don't have any desire to do that, but I know a lot of people do. And that's cool. That's really, really cool. Oh, wow, Steve. That's amazing. The Philco Sharp. Yeah, the Philco, Philco, is the one I'm talking about. And it's a beautiful 1949. It's a radio phonograph, automatic from 49. And then still working on my 46 Philco as well. I'm doing a conversion. I'm doing a Bluetooth conversion on that. What are your thoughts on people overpaying for re-releases when they could just get the original for way less? So it depends. Are you into exclusives like this kind of stuff, where it's, an exclusive version? I personally am. I think it's fun. The re-releases, it depends because usually the re-releases, like the Beatles re-releases, they'll do something besides just re-release it, right? It'll be remastered or it'll have extra content. But I think it's a personal judgment thing. I really, 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 really try to avoid going down the rabbit hole of shooting down other people's opinions on things or overtly expressing mine to the point where they're like, this is the only way. And I also try to keep it from getting serious because it's not serious. You know, I've been through some serious stuff this year. You guys have been through some serious stuff this year. Records is not serious. And anybody that gets too bent on it, it's just a waste of energy. With that being said, I personally don't want to buy something that I already have unless there's a good reason to do so. I'm not going to be like, you know, some collectors will buy every pressing, every iteration, and they're having fun doing that. So be it. But if you know, for instance, like if they come out with a new version of something, like if I already had the Blue album, I wouldn't have bought that, even though it was exclusive. And there was a new Patsy Cline greatest hits version with new cover art, and it was pressed on pink, I think, vinyl or maybe white. And it was very cool, but I already have 2 copies, maybe even 3 of that on vinyl of the greatest hits 67. And I was just like, do I need another one? I don't want to be wasteful. I don't want to be a hoarder. But it's everybody's unique judgment call. So that's what I'll say there. Clayman, I do have Michael Jackson's Dangerous from 91, the original CD version. That's cool. Dangerous was a great album. I had that on cassette tape. Did you ever get the History album? That's the one I had to get on tape because I was working at like Taco Bell at the time and couldn't afford the CD. Super gimmicky stuff. No, and I know a lot of people just I had this guy the other day in a comment. He's like, I listen to records. I buy records for music and listen to the music. I'm not a collector. Totally unfazed by exclusives and this and that, and that's fine. Again, to everybody their own. Yeah, no, and I know a lot, and it's a market. I mean, these companies know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like we'll press it in a new color and add this and that, and then it's something else to sell. Now, if you don't have any copy of that, like me in the Blue album, I didn't have that on vinyl, then it's just a win-win. But if somebody has the exact same album just on black vinyl, is it worth the spend? Oh, that's cool. They did picture discs of that? That's cool. Yeah, it's all, and that's why there's so much back and forth on this. It's because it's so subjective. It's so subjective. All right, like I said, we have a final message from Elfie, the 4th and final record giveaway of the night. Elfie again, hold on to your turntables. The head elf officially names Music Junkie the DJ of Christmas cheer, spinning holiday vibes. So good. Even the reindeer are dancing because of his dedication to great tunes. He is congratulated with a record. Music Junkie, my friend, you've been there through thick and thin, and you have won this Target exclusive. And I just want to say thank you for your support, for your comments. You always make me smile. Your quirky, humorous, and kind comments. I just want to say thank you. So we're going to send you this record. Shoot me an email with your address if you haven't done so already. Record-ology1938@gmail.com. And I come from a broadcast background, but at 58 minutes and 30 seconds, which is the time of the meat of a show, minus the commercials for an hour-long program, I couldn't believe that I timed it out this well. It was a total accident. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to put this on when we started giving away records, so better late than never. Huge Merry Christmas to you. The Vlogmas content daily through Christmas. So much stuff coming your way. Surprises that I'm so excited to share with you. Tomorrow's Vlogmas is a particularly fun one. As soon as I stop this live stream, I'm going to work on posting that. It will go live at 10 a.m. Woo. Late breaking news coming to you on Record-ology. Juan Soto has just signed the Mets. Woo. I should say the Mets have signed Juan Soto. But anyway, we just love you guys. You guys are awesome and want you to enjoy this time of year, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything in between. Just being with friends, family, if you got them. Count yourself blessed. Every day, I encourage you just to wake up and thank God for what you do have, who you have, and to really just count your blessings. Be in a mindset of gratitude. It dispels fear. It dispels anxiety. It dispels negativity. David, wow, with the super thanks. Thank you so much, my friend. Super chat from David. David, I never expected, always appreciated. I'm supposed to be doing the giving today. What the heck? Just thank you so much. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. And can't wait to see you again soon. And we will definitely do that because we've got more content coming your way very soon. So, happy record hunting. We see. I'm tired. I need to go to bed.